Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on today's show, let's talk about vacuum cleaners, because what's more fun to talk about than the things that clean your floor? All seriousness aside, for a while, Dyson's actually in the news, and they're actually in the news for an interesting situation, and it's actually a little smoldering fire that's been going on around the organization. It was re-brought up by the folks over at Autoline.tv over a brand new acquisition that the Dyson Group has done over the past several days. It started off a couple of years ago, back in 2015, when Dyson actually acquired SAC-T3. Now, this group builds EV batteries. Yes, batteries for electric vehicles. And then, in the past couple of years since, they brought on a pair of automotive folks, both of them from Aston Martin, one of them being the director of product development. He was the head of the product development, along with the head of purchasing. That's been over the past several days, which has thrown a lot more fire on the rumor that Dyson's going to be developing their own automobile. Now, the trick of this deal is, we've heard this story before. We saw Apple try to come out with their own automobile and saw the complexity issues behind developing their own machine from scratch was a little too immense. Now I've gone back into the supplier industry. The same story for Google. Google tried to do the exact same thing and basically has gone back into the supplier industry deal. This is something that's probably going to happen with the Dyson Group. They probably don't realize just the complexity of building their own automobile could be, but there still could be that chance. Think of it. 2 wheels in the front and a great big orange ball in the back, which would make it nice for power slides, I guess. So, if the power was going to that rear ball. So, it's going to be pretty interesting over the next several months, next several years, just to see what Dyson has up their sleeve with all these inquiries. Next up on the list, well, by the time you get to see this particular video, this vehicle will probably already be launched. In fact, it's supposed to launch August 21st of 2017, which is the day after the taping of this program. But over the past about 48 hours or so, there's a lot of M5 goodness that has leaked all over the old internet, including lots of photographs, a video shown off by a Japanese website, and a lot of other odds and ends. The things that we know for sure is the new M5 will be available in an X-Drive platform, which meaning it'll be all-wheel drive. The video does show off that it has 3 driver modes: 4-wheel drive sport, and 2-wheel drive. There are a lot of reports on the internet that the vehicle will be available in 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive trim. Not for sure if it's just the trim that we have already talked about. There's also some shots of some carbon ceramic brakes, which will obviously be an option. Some shots of the brand new interior, especially in the video, that looks quite nice. And there is the rumor that the 4.4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 will be making its return in this particular machine, but be making well over 600 brake horsepower, according to folks over at BMW, along with the 516 pounds-feet of torque that was in the last go-round of that 4.4-liter. That BMW is talking is going to be a lot greater than that 516 number. So, anxiously awaiting some performance numbers and some pricing, maybe. A little bit we may know by as early as 24 hours from now. But I will definitely have it up in the next video. We'll talk a little bit more M5 goodness. A couple of vehicles that debuted at some big events around Monterey and the Pebble Beach Concourse, including this particular machine, the brand new Vision Mercedes Maybach 6 Cabriolet. The name that just rolls right off the tongue, if you know what I mean. The vehicle is visually stunning to look at, and the vehicle is actually electric as well. Yes, it is an EV making 750 horsepower, 0 to 60 in less than 4 seconds, and 200 miles of range, which you can actually get up to 60 miles of that range, actually up in just 5 minutes of charging. Now, the vehicle is a little bit of a boat type situation. I don't mean that in a nasty term. I mean, it does have a little bit of a nautical theme as far as that's concerned is. There is a couple of really cool pictures, and I realize these photographs don't show up very well on these videos, But if you check them out on the Facebook page, links down in the show notes, there's a shot of under the hood. Obviously, with this thing being an EV, it's got a lot of extra room up there. And they have made these really cool compartments for everything as far as luggage and a lot of other odds and ends for your trip to the beach or to the park or wherever you may end up taking this vehicle if you take it on a actual trip itself. There is another very cool picture of the interior of this machine, which is bathed in this beautiful blue light, which kind of gives it a little bit of the effect that it's a hot tub rolling around on these massive wheels. So it's a pretty cool piece of kit. The chances are, because this is kind of a flight of fancy, Mercedes will never put this thing into production, but it's still very fun to look at. Another vehicle that debuted over the past several days is the brand new BMW Concept Z4. Now, the brand new Z4 is basically the love child between Toyota and BMW. We've talked about this in the past because this vehicle definitely is going into production. Probably not looking exactly like this, but maybe something that's pretty doggone close. We've talked about in the past, Toyota and BMW have been working on a partnership vehicle. The love child for that on the BMW side is going to be the brand new Z4. The love child on the Toyota side is supposedly going to be the Supra. There has been some reports it could be the spiritual successor to the Honda S2000, so we'll have to wait on those fronts. The thing does look pretty fantastic as far as this vehicle is concerned, and definitely the wheel and tire package isn't too incredibly far out from being production ready. And we may know something as soon as Geneva when this vehicle makes an official debut, even though that has yet to be confirmed. So we'll definitely keep you in tune. And then last up on the list, we've talked about the Viper Group that's over at the Nurburgring trying to take down the production car lap record, where they did it in just over 7 minutes. Well, the group has got the funding, and in fact, the week of the 21st of August, they will be back in Germany trying to take back the production lap record. They got a pair of cars, a pair of race car drivers, and they are prepared to be there all week. Not for sure what the weather reports are going to be, even though they really did struggle with the rain. They did get a lot more information from a lot of folks as far as making a little bit more speed, including some wing adjustments. They're claiming they could gain as much as 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds just down the big long straight. So this vehicle could be primed for doing that sub 7-minute lap and going as quick as the 918 Spider or even as the Lamborghini Huracan Performante. So it's going to be pretty exciting times. Definitely in the next couple of videos, we'll definitely keep you in tune. If not, check back on the Facebook page. I'll put up the links for those guys as far as what they're doing down there. I've got a heads up on that on the Facebook page right now, showing off that they're getting ready to head over there as we speak. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.